This episode may contain explicit language.
We're talking about Bad Bunny.
His show was so personal. From him waking up that sleeping kid on the 3 chairs.
Oh, gosh.
Like, that is so me and my family and the way that me and my cousins grew up. Like, to see the older generation on that stage, from playing dominoes to salsa dancing. The fact that Ricky Martin was there and he performed that song. It was such a big deal, and he sang it in his home language. There's a lot of people out there like, well, I didn't understand a word he said. I want you to know that this Juanita also doesn't understand half the stuff that Bad Bunny is saying, because Bad Bunny speaks a very specific slang. That scene of when Bad Bunny walks over, I call it scene like if I saw a movie, but that's what it felt like.
It was like this is the thing that even...
It was gorgeous. This is Karen Feeding. We're just 3 friends with kids who get together every week to talk life, to swap advice, keep each other sane, while we muddle through this weird and beautiful thing called parenting. I'm Lucy Lopez. I also have another podcast, The Mamacita Rica. I'm mother to Amelia, who's 15, Avery, who's 13, and we live in Miami.
I'm Zak Rosen. I make another podcast called Weirdly Helpful. I am in balmy Detroit. It's 40. I'm wearing shorts. I am a dad to Noah, who's 8, and Ami, who's 5.
I'm Elizabeth Newcamp. I write the homeschool and family travel blog, Dutch Goose. I'm the mom to Henry, who's 13, Oliver, who's 11, and Teddy, who's 9. And we live in Honolulu, Hawaii.
Like I said, we're here to talk about the ups, the downs, and everything in between when it comes to parenting. And every week we answer your questions. We share our own parenting triumphs and fails and try to make this feel like the kind of conversation you'd have with your friends.
And today we're talking about Bad Bunny. We all watched the Real Super Bowl halftime show, and it brought so much joy to us, especially to Lucy. So we wanted to talk about this global triumph this week. Lucy, why don't you start us out?
I would love to share with you. Growing up in Miami as a daughter of immigrants and proud Cuban heritage, first you grow up really admiring all these wonderful Hispanic, especially for me, Cuban. So Jose Marti, one of the most brilliant poets ever, to Celia Cruz. Then, of course, you have Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan and Tito Puente, who's Puerto Rican. Of course, Pitbull, who's an amazing human being, and what he does for schools throughout the country and music and what he's done to uplift our community at a time that everybody was just kind of looking down at Cubans. It was amazing. And then here comes Bad Bunny, who his show was so personal. There was moments during that show where I would just look over at Gino, who always says that, he grew up with such a need to want to grow up with his Hispanic side of the family. His father was Cuban, his mom is white. He grew up like, I want that. I want that big family, crazy. I want that. And we're watching this in the living room. It's just us. Our girls are coming home from a school trip. And I look over at Gino and he is just like bawling. We're both just in our feelings, crying, because there's so many things throughout that performance that will be misinterpreted by those who don't understand our culture. And there's moments in that performance that have been forgotten by our own culture, right? And it was beautiful. I mean, the whole wedding, it was such a big scream from the top of the mountain, like, hey, our culture is about unity, about love, about family, about embracing the old, you're the old people in your family, the grandma, the grandpas, las tías, los tíos, los primos, like all that scene of when Bad Bunny walks over. I call it scene like if I saw a movie, but that's what it felt like.
It was like this is the thing that even
it was gorgeous.
I feel like if you watched it, how could you not appreciate what a beautiful movie it was? It was like a show. Like a show, yeah.
Even the outfits that the girls wore, who were perreando in the beginning, like in front of Bad Bunny's casita, those outfits it is very coded early 2000s. That's what girls we were wearing like to go to the club.
Yeah.
Like that's what, and I'm not talking about like a really fancy, 3-story club with no, like the club down the street at like some, I don't mean to be rude, but like a gross little bar.
Yeah.
And that's what all the girls were wearing at that time, like those short skirts with the little booty shorts underneath and the little halter top. And everybody looks the same, but they don't look the same. And details like that, from him waking up that sleeping kid on the 3
Oh
chairs.
gosh.
Like that is so me and my family, and the way that me and my cousins grew up. Like my family would have parties till like 4 a.m, and all the kids were like laid out on chairs with like a blanket that somebody found or a towel. And everything about that performance meant so much. And his message of love and his message of just we're love, we're it's stronger than hate. It's all of those messages came through so loud and clear to me. And I know there's a lot of people out there like, well, I didn't understand a word he said. I want you to know that this Juanita also doesn't understand half the stuff that Bad Bunny is saying, because Bad Bunny speaks a very specific slang that is brought up in reggaeton music, that if you don't live that life, you don't understand half the shit he's saying. However, I mean, I understand all the words to his song, but you know what I mean? Like, there's just certain slang that he says that you're like, what was that? It's very different from Cuban slang, from Dominican slang, South American slang. It's just very different, and it was amazing. It was amazing from the fact that Ricky Martin, I'm going to cry. The fact that Ricky Martin was there and he performed that song. It was such a big deal. And he sang it in his home language. I grew up in a house where I had to speak Spanish at home all the time. My mom was like, you will not speak English in this house. You need to learn how to speak Spanish, and that's how it is. When you go outside, you speak English. Here, you speak Spanish. So to see Ricky Martin also be part of that moment, that glorious moment, because Ricky Martin has a voice. And for him to sing Lo que pasó en Hawaii in Spanish in front of everybody on that stage, that was massive. That was also Ricky Martin taking back his pride, his flag. Although he's very, very proud of being Puerto Rican, but that was just like a big moment. And then, to hear Bad Bunny clearly say, is this what you wanted? And then to pan the camera over to Lady Gaga, that was also very powerful. Because Lady Gaga, Bad Bunny is such a big fan of Lady Gaga. Such a big fan.
Oh, is that what it is? I was wondering why she was there.
Oh, he's been like her day one fan.
Yeah, he like has worn her shirt, and I don't know if you've seen the clip where she comes over and like says hi to him, and he acts like he's, like dead, that she would come to him. Yeah.
Yes. And also just the fact that, I'm sorry, and I know everybody's been hearing all these takes on Bad Bunny, all these takes on the Super Bowl. I hope that if you're listening to our show right now, you understand, like, this is such a big step for the Hispanic community. This is such a major thing. Like, Lady Gaga had to sing that song. And Lady Gaga had to sing that song because we need allies. And her being on that stage and singing her song in a salsa tone,
with a little salsa beat, twist,
wearing the colors of the original Puerto Rican flag, dancing the way that you would expect someone who's not of our culture to dance salsa. It was so beautiful to watch. It was so cool. And also, I feel like we just saw like a big moment for Bad Bunny as an artist. Like, he shared the stage with Lady Gaga, with Ricky Martin. There were so many little Easter eggs throughout that performance that for me were just like to see the older generation on that stage, from playing dominoes to salsa dancing to conducting the orchestra right before Monaco plays his song Monaco.
What about the old lady at the social club?
Yes.
This Brooklyn Social Club woman. who I didn't-
Doñita, who is still the owner and still runs a Puerto Rican social club in New York. That is such a big
Like, how
deal.
cool.
It's such a big deal, and it's a nod. It's a tip of the hat, a respect to a woman who came to this country and decided, okay, this is where we're all going to hang out. This is where we're going to talk. This is where we're going to be ourselves. This a little bit of home right here in the middle of this big scary city is ours, you know? And to be able to respect that and respect everybody that came before him and just kind of like wrap his arms around everyone that was there. Nothing there was happened by mistake. From the gel, the hair gel that they used on the bride, who by the way is a real life couple.
Real bride.
Who asked Bad Bunny, "Will you be in my wedding?" And he goes, "Why don't you get married at the Super Bowl?" I mean, and that was a real priest from Puerto Rico who married them.
They really got married.
The hair gel that the bride used on her hair is by Rizos Curl, which is a Latina owned hair product. Like, I know these things to some might fall like whatever, I don't care. This is such a big deal. Even the hair gel on this bride's hair was a big deal to me. From the outfits, every outfit, I believe that the outfits were from I don't want to misspeak, but Luar, Luar, also Hispanic owned. Everything, you know, down to what Benito wore. The number 64, I believe, is the year that his uncle came to this country.
Yeah.
Every little thing, and I didn't think he was gonna play the song Apagón, which to me, when Apagón first came out, you know, everybody knows the song is about the blackouts in Puerto Rico that happen out of nowhere, like in the middle of the day, and everything will shut off.
You mean when they're on the electrical lines?
Yes, that's a representation of the blackouts that happen in Puerto Rico, that they just happen out of nowhere. If you listen to the song Apagón, yes, there's that very strong message, but there's also a reminder of, you know, house music and how integral the Puerto Rican heritage, the Puerto Rican people are part of that early house music that came out of New York City. If you listen to that song, that's like house music, like late 80s, early 90s house music, New Yorican shit that he brought back. He brought it back so hard that other artists were like, "Oh, we need to do this too." Like, there's so much significance by every song that was put in that performance. When he falls through the roof, that he lands in somebody's living room, they're listening to Celia Cruz. That's such a big deal. It's such a big deal. You know? When he goes out and they're all perreando, he kicks off with Tego Calderón. Like, Tego Calderón is, you know, it's just all of it. All of it is just so beautiful. And
yeah, and to get to see all that on such a big stage, right, is so validating.
To see old people playing dominoes.
Like, while this is happening, you're also getting messages.
Of course.
Let's talk about the messages.
I am getting messages beyond. First of all, I just want to shout out like all our Karen feeding listeners who were thinking of me.
Our familia, you guys,
I'm watching this.
Wait, people are DMing you on Instagram?
On Instagram, DMing me, congratulating me on Bad Bunny's performance, which was so surreal to hear other people. I was like, I'm not even Puerto Rican, but thank you. It was really beautiful. My mom was texting me. My mom was like, this is a performance. This is what we needed. This is beautiful. I can't believe, like, my mom was so excited. And then there was another mom that slid into my DMs.
Whose mom?
Your mom, Zach.
My mom texted you?
Your mother and I had a big old conversation.
Has she texted you before?
Never. I think, no, she's never texted me.
There was like when she followed, right? Like Lucy, you did when you two connected on Instagram, but it was just like I don't know which one of you followed first.
She followed me first. I was
But
like,
we
yes.
had a little, it was like, oh, Zach, your mom's following me. But I don't know. You guys have never otherwise chatted.
Never. So I posted this photo on Instagram. I don't know if you guys can see it.
Yeah.
Like the Puerto
Multicolored
Rican
hats.
straw hats that everybody wore at the Super Bowl. So we went out and we bought like a bunch. I mean, I went to Publix that on Super Bowl Sunday wearing my hat.
Love that.
Your mom comments, loved Bad Bunny's performance. I write to her, it showed off parts of our culture that are often misinterpreted by others and also forgotten by our own. He showcased multi-generational families, marriage, children, our culture that is truly based in love. I have not stopped crying. It's been such a win. We made it to the Super Bowl. Your mom says, I'm so happy to hear you explain it all. We could not stop dancing at the party we went to. It was wonderful. And I go, I love this. Thank you for dancing. Yes. She wrote, I only wish that I knew that what the songs were saying, but I love seeing the Spanish on the screens. Then she sends me a meme or a video.
My mom sent that to you?
Your mom sends this to me.
Okay.
I reply, nothing more American than to celebrate love. She put all these like heart emojis, loved everything I was saying. And that's the power of Bad Bunny's art, where somebody my mom's age, my mom is about to be 80 in August. I don't know how old your mom is, but
Early 70s. Yeah.
unifying like all these different people who have no idea what the songs are saying, don't really care because they were just having a really good time. And I thought it was really awesome that the one person aside from Bad Bunny to have my attention Sunday night was Zak Rosen's mom.
That's how it should be. That's how
And
it
she
should
was
be.
so sweet, and I could tell that she just wanted to talk to me about all about
She
it.
didn't mention it to me. I love it. I like that. She's got a separate relationship with you, Lucy. She doesn't
She
have
has
to
a
tell me
relationship
everything.
with me, Zach. There's nothing I could do about it. And your mom is just so sweet, and I could just tell that that performance meant a lot to her too. And I could just tell other people we're just tired of like all the nastiness, and that was just like such a fun time.
I don't understand how you could watch that and not experience the joy, right? So even if you understood none of what's happening, it's like there was so much joy. There was a story, even if you didn't understand it. And like the music is just like, how could you not move your body? Like, that's the thing, you know? You didn't need to understand more. Of course, like the more you understand and you explaining it and like then going back, because we had a whole text conversation about it, right? And then it's like I went back to watch it. It was like, oh my, now I'm experiencing it totally differently. So if you haven't gone back to watch it after you listen to Lucy talk about it, please do, because it is a completely
Yeah, you'll appreciate it more.
different experience. But I feel sad for anyone that couldn't engage in the joy that existed, and the idea that you can only engage in somehow your own joy is like a very sad thing.
Or if you like understand it all.
It reminded me so much of like when we've traveled, we run into scenes like it like I can't explain that. This felt like I was somewhere and I turned a corner and there was, you know, we were like on the I don't know, like in
It's like you're in New Orleans and Mardi Gras.
we're in New Orleans
like
and there was Mardi Gras. Or like
Carnival,
we when we were in Paris, we turned the corner and there's like a dance group along the side, right? And it's like, I don't understand what's happening. Why are they there? What are they doing? But like just engage. It was like you get
it
to
overwhelms
jump
the
in.
senses.
Yes,
It's
and you're
it's
just
like,
there. You're just
transcendent.
experiencing this. And it was like to have that happen. It felt like we had traveled. I mean, I think that's what I
Yes,
enjoyed
truly.
so much. This felt like I was there. and this was happening, and I just got to enjoy it and kind of dissect it later.
Let's be honest, life gets messy, families fight, coworkers overstep, partners do weird stuff in bed. Luckily, Slate's advice columnists have seen it all. Sign up for the free Slate Advice newsletter and get our latest takes on sex, parenting, money, and every moral gray area in between, plus exclusive bonus letters delivered straight to your inbox. Subscribe now at slate.com/advice.
It's so crazy because like watching it, there was so much coming at me. And I know I'm not the only one that felt like this. There's so much information coming towards us because he had to like jam pack as much as he can. And you could tell that he was trying without being overbearing or
Yeah,
or
but it didn't
too
feel
much.
rushed. Like, I don't feel like it was like so beautiful.
When he got into the perreando, like perreando is when you booty dance, when you twerk, when you're, and you know, all that. Like perreo, Yo Perreo Sola, that song is Bad Bunny's entire song is about telling men, some of these girls don't want to dance with you. Like, you don't have to get up on them and dance with them. Like, leave them alone. Let them have their good time. Let them get dressed up. Like, why do you have to be all over them? Like, just let them be. It's such an empowering song. And it's also raunchy because two things can be the same, like can happen at the same time, right? And every time a different song would come on, the in-betweens from hearing Tego Calderon's, gung, 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 it was like, I mean, I screamed. I was FaceTiming my cousin. We all started screaming, oh my God. We thought that he was going to bring out Tego Calderon. Like, it was like, it's happening, you know? But and even though he didn't, like, we were okay with it. Just the fact that he played like 10 seconds of Tego's song was such a big deal to us. The fact that we heard Celia Cruz in there, the fact that, Lady Gaga was up there dancing salsa, man. Like, it's just, there's so many wins in that performance. And it reminded me a lot of when like Pitbull's Culo and Oye and those songs and Welcome to Miami, like those songs were so massive in their own right that we were just like, oh my gosh, this is happening. Like, somebody is talking about it, Mariel, in a rap song. Like, it was such a big deal that it just, the whole thing was beautiful because everything that he showed you was culture. It was culture. And it wasn't just Puerto Rican culture, Cuban culture, Dominican culture. It was all of our cultures are
It was
like
America's.
That. Yes.
Yeah.
You know how like Hamilton kind of opened up a world of curiosity about American history through the lens of hip hop. I feel like this is doing a similar thing for people who had never thought much about Puerto Rico, B, reggaeton or Latino culture, or C, like, I mean, let's call this like musical theater. I feel like it was like an entryway for a lot of people to be like, oh, look at what can be conveyed, with dancing and choreography and music and I feel like it's just totally like inviting people in to learn so much more.
We had to have like really big conversations with the girls ever since the Super Bowl. There were so many questions I wanted to ask them because I wanted to know like where their headspace was at. And Gino sent me, and I sent it to the group chat, this, and I'm gonna shout her out if you guys don't mind. It's Little Justice Leaders. It's like an Instagram account, and she put up a grip of questions you should be asking your kids after the Super Bowl Super Bowl performance. And she's like, what did you notice about the Super Bowl performance? And asking your kids things like, why do you think it's important to hear different languages at events like the Super Bowl? What do you think he wanted to share with the world through his performance? What do you think it means to be proud of who you are? Like, really beautiful questions to open up this like communication between you and your child, because I know some of these performances, people have like real big issues with it. If it's too this, if it's not enough that, if it doesn't have this. But I feel like we could all agree that this was like, in my opinion, pretty amazing performance that everybody could have sat down and watched.
I think it's the idea that that every show has to be for you is crazy, right?
That part.
So that's crazy. A lot of this stuff is that you go and appreciate what you're given and you can have thoughts on it, right? It's okay to say like, oh, I wish there was this, or I wish that he had included this, or I don't know. I think it's like okay to critique it, but not as a like, this didn't represent me. It's like, well, it wasn't supposed to. It was supposed to represent him and his story.
Right.
And he did. And like, what did he want to use with that time?
And your America, like if you're like, this didn't represent America, it's like, well, that's not America. You're out of touch with reality.
Listen, if you've traveled outside of the United States, if you are somewhere else and you say, I'm from America, people will be like, that's a very big place. Like where? Like, because you don't say, like, people who are traveling are like, I'm from the States or I'm from the United States, right? I'm from the US. Because when you say America, it's two continents.
Yeah.
And I think to have also just like that point made is in this moment is really important.
The same thing happens to me when they ask me, hey, oh, you're from Florida? I'm like, no, I'm from Miami. It's a big difference. I'm not from Florida.
We've had some storms here, so we haven't been like out in the community as much as we normally would have, but it has made a huge, I mean, I'm still very new, obviously, in Hawaii, but there is so much conversation that goes on here that I think is very similar to the story of Puerto Rico. And I know, but of this, like, what has colonization done? What are they taking? What is the road forward? And of course, Hawaii and Puerto Rico went two different paths, but both in this kind of colonization picture. But I think people here, from what I've seen and heard, feel this also felt very representative to them of telling their story and having that sort of like sisterhood acknowledged, like that this colonization story affects so many of us. And I think I talked about here having this moment where like I was in the stamp museum in Japan and there were just rows and rows of stamps of Hawaii, and having this moment of like, my first reaction was like, why does Hawaii have its own, it was like United States, Hawaii. It's like, oh yeah, because they were their own like king, queen, postal service, whole own government. Right. And I think that the Hawaiians feel like a lot of that is lost, and it was taken in a very similar way through shady land deals and through, a lot of that story about the sugar cane and about is here when disaster happens, like the government was not here to rescue them because it didn't serve their purpose, So yeah, I mean, I think it spoke to a lot of people in a lot of different ways. And isn't that the point of art?
For sure. I mean, when I never thought, I don't know why, maybe I was just naive. Maybe I was just caught up in the moment. I was like, you think he's going to play Lo que pasó en Hawaii? And Gino was like, I don't know, man, the heat is on him. Like, we were just like, let's just cross our fingers he makes it off that field, right? Because that is a real reaction. Those are real feelings. And when Ricky Martin started singing the Hawaii song, I was like, oh hell no. It's like we started crying. I mean, one of the lines and I'm going to translate this to it, is quieren el barrio mío, they want my neighborhood, y que abuelita se vaya, and push my grandmother out. No suelta la bandera. They won't let go of the flag. Please don't forget the lelolai. Like, just like things, like just begging Puerto Rico not to turn into Hawaii. And begging the colonizers not to turn them into Hawaii. And it's just amazing. Amazing. It was a great performance. It was beautiful. It was wonderful for my girls to see. I mean, we were already happy because of Kendrick Lamar last year. Kendrick Lamar's performance. And then now Bad Bunny. It's like, who is he going to put on next year?
I don't know that we'll ever get, though. Like, I can't think back. There have been other great halftime shows that you're like, Prince, it's a great halftime Michael show.
Jackson.
But like, we saw, like, I just feel like what we saw was so above. This was a performance. Like, it wasn't a halftime show. It was like its own, like, they could launch this somewhere else and people would pay to go see it. Do you know what I mean? That's what it felt. It felt like we got a full, like not a full story, but like a story and
it's gonna go to Broadway. It has to.
That's what I mean. I feel like we all got that. Like, how do you not turn this into a larger, yeah.
Thank you guys for letting me Bad Bunny out for a little bit. That was nice of you.
I'm excited to go watch it again after this.
It's so good. It's so good. We love to hear from you. Emails, voicemail, random shouts on social. Please let us know how you're doing. We got a great letter from Amy in our inbox. She also sent an adorable picture, which we loved. Elizabeth, you mind reading this one?
Hi, Karen Feeding. Last year, Elizabeth suggested challenging ourselves to work our youngerish kids to start building skills in the kitchen. We decided to dedicate a week of our rising third graders' short summer break. We live in Germany, which is on a year-round schedule, to taking the lead on 2 dinners. This included deciding what the meal would be, checking the pantry for ingredients, making the grocery list, shopping with me, but only in a supporting role for what was needed. Then making the meal magic happen. You guys, it's been amazing. Of course, the sneaky goal is that once these skills are built, we'll be able to ask him to take the lead on meals more often as he's becoming a big kid. But already he's begun to expect to take the lead when we've got a meal from a special menu. And we've continued to build this into holiday breaks and even have the 9-year-old working with the 5-year-old as a sous chef. See attached, and this is where we got the very cute picture, as we navigate increasing layers of pre-adolescent emotions, and now I can read, I don't need to hang out with you angst. This has been a really special way to build in more time with our kid, feel like we're making headway on the raising capable boys front, and give him a bit more autonomy and responsibility on that fraught daily topic, what's for dinner. I appreciate the push to get this going. Thanks, you guys, for all you do. What a triumph. If we haven't already played the triumph sound, Bad Bunny plus somebody else cooking, triumph. You guys,
Zak's
I love
mom.
this. Zach's mom.
Don't be talking about my mom.
If you're not cooking with your kids, cook with your kids, guys, and have them cook on their own. It's like really amazing how capable and messy kids are.
It's also Noah came home feeling crappy about some altercation she had with someone at school the other day. And she's like, and I was like, no, what's wrong? She's like, I don't want to talk about it. She's like, can I make a quesadilla by myself? I'm like, sure. She went and took control and made this quesadilla, and her mood shifted.
Yeah.
It's really such a thing. Like, there's so little that we can control, but we can control what we make in the kitchen. I think it can be such a transformative act.
We love when you guys share these things with us so much.
Absolutely. And you obviously know where to find us. You can email us at KarenFeedingPod@slate.com. You can come find us in the Slate Parenting Facebook group, or you can ring us up at 646-357-9318. And that was our show. Subscribe, leave a rating and review, tell your friends. And if you want more parenting advice, you can find Karen Feeding the column on Slate.com. This episode of Karen Feeding is produced by Cheyna Roth. Micah Phillips is our video producer. Mia Lobel is executive director of podcasts for Slate, and Ben Richmond is senior director of podcast operation. I'm Lucy Lopez. You can find me on Instagram at the Lucy Lopez.
I'm Zak Rosen. I'm also there at Muzackery.
And I'm Elizabeth Newcamp. You can find me on Instagram at elizabeth.newcamp.
Gracias por escuchar nuestro programa. Nos vemos el lunes.
If you want more no-nonsense advice about parenting, relationships, money, and everything else life throws your way, sign up for the Slate Advice newsletter. A special thanks to our Slate Plus members. If you haven't already, consider joining. Slate Plus members get unlimited access to all of Slate's journalism and help support our independent reporting.